1-7, solving systems of inequalities by graphing. If you recall from 1 point, I don't know these section numbers in this new book, 1.5.
5, yeah.
Okay, 1.5 was solving, graphing linear inequalities. That was when you had one of them. Today, we move up from 1 to 2.
Oh no.
And that's literally it.
Why you do this?
Okay, we move from 1 inequality to 2 inequalities. If you look at these, your process pretty much looks the same. Okay, same graphing techniques, same lines, solid, dash, whatever, same shading techniques. The major difference is this. A system of equations. All right, let me throw one up on the board right quick.
Wouldn't it be inequality?
No, I'm talking, I'll show you what I'm saying. But let's say you had 2x plus 3y equals, hold on, 8, 4x minus 3y equals, hold on, negative 2, okay? Solution to that is 1, 2, okay? Now, what we talked about the other day was the reason 1, 2 works linearly is because it's where those two lines do what? Intersect, okay? Now, since that's the only place those two lines intersect, 1, 2, what that means algebraically to us is 1, 2 is the only pair of numbers, x and y, where you can plug them into both equations and you both have true statements. Make sense? Okay, you can go to the top, it's true. Go to the bottom, it's true. At least I hope so. I made that up kind of on the fly. It looks right though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let's roll with it, yeah. Now, once you move that to inequalities, you don't care so much about where they intersect, okay? It doesn't matter so much. What you do care about, though, is the area that makes them both true. And the key word there is both. Because now, instead of just being true for one, like we used to be, where you just shade one side or the other, now you have to be able to shade the overlap, where they're both inequalities are true. So that's kind of what changes today a little bit.
Oh,
okay.
I remember.
You've done this before.
Yeah, I remember.
You've done this before, okay? So a system of inequalities, very similar to the system of equations, a set of ordered pairs that satisfy all of the inequalities in the system, okay? We'll eventually get to threes. That'll be Tuesday or so. All right. And then to do it, very similar to how we did in 1.5. Step 1, graph each inequality, shading correct area. Step 2, identify the region shaded for all regions. That is your solution, okay? That is your solution. I'm kind of a stickler about this. I want these done a specific way, okay? Because I don't want to have to look. The way I was originally taught how to do these was good. Then college, I got to college, and this professor was like, "Oh, just do it like this," and I'm like, "What?" It was mad chaos, and I'll show you what I don't want here, okay? So, start off with a pretty simple one. Okay, I need just a little bit to get my line set up, so because of course I'm a wonderful, wonderful teacher that's fully prepared for this lesson. Okay, and I'm ready to go. If you like, and you can, if you have them and want to use pens, if you got two different colors, that works. This is the one time I kind of like using pens or highlighters or whatever, so you know which one's which. Just be careful, make sure you do it correctly though. All right, that's your only catch. All right, so what I do, I usually label my lines like that one's going to be my black line and that one's going to be my red line. Okay, and just going quickly because we should hopefully know how to do this fairly fast. Black line, you start at -4 on the y, and we're going to move up 2 and right 1, up 2 and right 1, up 2 and right 1. That's going to be a dash line. Okay, I know I'm doing this faster than you guys will, so as soon as I get them graphed, I'll give you some time to catch up, okay? And then to my red line, I'm going to start at +3 on the y-axis, go down 1, and right 2. That one's going to be solid. No, that one wasn't that great. Let's try that again. That'll do. All right, so now once you have them graphed, and this is where the nice part about the colors comes in, you want to work on which way you shade. Now, when you do this, the main difference between last time and this time is I don't want you just to instantly shade the whole entire thing. Okay, because what I want to see is just one area shaded out of the 4 you create. All right, this top one here, this small one here, this one here, and this big one over here. That's the 4 areas you make. Okay, I don't want to see 3 of them shaded. I want to see 1 shaded. Okay, that's the main difference. So, neither one goes through 0, 0, so you can still test 0, 0, which is good. So 0 greater than -4, which is?
True.
True. All right, and then you go to the bottom one, you get 0 less than or equal to 3, which is? True. So both lines are going towards 0, 0. So you're shading this big section right here.
What happens if it's false?
You go away from 0, 0.
But which one will hit? Will it be false? Like
It just depends.
Any
Okay.
other one doesn't.
If it's false, like say if the black line was true and the red line was false, black line still goes towards 0, 0, red line goes away, so it'd be this one.
Yeah.
All right. If they were both false, they would both go away, so it'd be this one.
Oh, okay.
All right. It's whatever the overlap is. I think freshman year I taught it with you guys like doing little arrows like that kind of deal,
Yeah, we did.
right?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Juvenile-ish, maybe. All right, maybe we're over that now. If you can visually see it, okay, if you can see it right away and just shade that, that's fine. If you can't see it right away and you want to draw them little arrows again, it's cool too. All right. So this is how the lines graph, right? So this is what I'm talking about with extending them the entire way. I could give you guys one where this section down here is what you shade. Okay, I'm not above that doing. I'm not above doing that. Okay, that's fairly possible. Where this little mini, come on, flip back over. This little mini cut out here is what you shade. Okay, so just be aware of the fact that you have to make sure these lines intersect at some point, and they will. All right, it may be way down here like this one is, but they will intersect somewhere on the graphs I give you. All right. Test your points. None go through 0, 0, which is fantastic. So 0 less than or equal to 5, which is true. And then you get 0, which is greater than -6, which is also true. So you shade the big section there in the middle. Like that. Okay. Questions on this? Everybody good? All right, what I want you guys to do next, I want you guys to go through the next 3 slides, okay? Next 3 pages, or next 3 slides, I want you to graph these 3 lines. Okay? Okay, these next 3 are all what?
Parallel.
Parallel. All right, now, the only time these things really get tricky is when they're parallel. And even then, they're really only tricky one time. Okay? Still go through your same process. Still go check and test your points. Okay? Hopefully they don't go through 0, 0, so you can test 0, 0. All right, so for the first one, y is greater than or equal to x plus 5. I'm still on the arrow. That's not good. Can't write like that. 0 greater than or equal to 5, which is false. All right, the second one, y is less than x minus 4, so 0 is less than -4, which is
True.
it's false. Hesitation, it's a great tool. Don't doubt your answers, all right?
False.
It's false and false. So, black line is going away from 0, 0.
Oh, you gotta shade
Eh?
both
Shh,
ways.
shh, shh, shh. Black line, away from 0, 0. Red line, away from 0, 0. What's your answer?
Infinite.
No solution.
No
Really?
solution.
Because you shade the what?
Shared,
Only
you
gotta
shade,
shade
you
one
shade
side.
the shared.
You shade the shared, the overlap. You shade the overlap. There is no overlap here. The black line goes this way. Red line goes this way. There isn't any section where the black and the red line cross each other over.
Ever.
No solution.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, shoot.
Wait, is no Are the red solution?
Sign, like the circle?
Yes, that is no solution sign.
Oh.
Oh.
Jen,
Even there's no solution, you still want some shades outside?
honestly, I'd rather see you leave it like this.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
if it's,
shade?
I don't even want to see you shade.
Alright.
Okay, and that's kind of where the jump from freshman year to this year kind of takes place. You know, freshman year, I get it, you point the arrows this way, oh crap, it's no solution. Here, I kind of want to see you guys where you look at you graph the lines first, you test them so you know your results, and then you look at it and you go, okay, they're going this way, I know it's no solution, and I move on.
Couldn't you just tell by the slope? Because if they have the same slope, they don't tell their parents.
Well, okay, but that doesn't necessarily mean no solution.
Right, because it could be the middle part.
Okay.
Next slide.
Well, kind of. You guys go next slide. I'm gonna do something else.
He's just gonna erase it all.
I'm gonna go like this,
Flip the sides.
delete, and I'm just gonna change this one inequality, make this less than or equal to, and then make this one greater than, like that. I'm gonna be lazy.
Whoa.
I'm gonna be lazy. Okay. But you guys go to the next slides. Okay. Now, for your second case with the parallel lines, y is less than or equal to x plus 5, which would mean it's 0. Less than or equal to 5, which is
So it's true, it's just
true. Right.
True, true.
0 greater than -4, which makes it true. So now your black line's going towards your red line's going towards your black line, which means you shade the middle. Right, inside, all the way, up and down. Shade the middle like that. So it's overlapping in the middle, okay? Everybody good on that case? Alright. Even with parallel lines, those two aren't bad. Okay? Those two aren't bad.
I already know in the first question of this homework, you didn't make it go through 0. I already know.
Actually, I don't think so.
The second one?
Maybe. Alright, now let's see. Erase that. I want to get rid of all that. I'll get rid of that, that, and that. Okay. This should look like your third slide now, yes? Y is less than or equal to x plus 5, y is less than x minus 4. Okay? If you're remembering, you should know these results already. 0, whoops, still eraser. 0 less than or equal to 5, which is true. 0 less than -4, which is false. Okay? So here's the tricky one. Alright, here's the tricky one. Your black line is going towards the origin. Your red line is going away from the origin.
Oh, this one you used to shade all the way.
You shade like the bottom. This is infinite.
You shade that bottom corner. Okay?
You need to shade that.
You don't have to shade the middle because you know it's coming through.
Because they don't share.
Because the red that don't share it. That's right. The black line goes from here this way. I'm going to lightly do it, okay? Black line goes this way, right? Now, what you never show, or here, let me do this first. Red line goes this way also, away from the origin, yes? Now, what we never show, because we have to keep our lines cleaned up, is that the black line doesn't just stop at the red line. The black line keeps going this whole way. Okay? It overtakes your graphed red line, but the shading of it keeps going, because the shading of it is infinitely long. Okay? So you still have to look to where you shade the overlap, and I want you guys to only shade the overlap, which means all you shade is this corner. Okay? This is the one, at you guys' age and skill, I feel like the arrows might actually, or the only time they might be helpful. Okay? Black line goes this way. Red line keeps going this way. So the black line overtakes the red line. The red line on down is your solution set. Okay? It's the trickiest one that you get right here. Alright? And it just takes practice with seeing it. Okay? March, you good? Does that help? Okay. Now, also know this, it doesn't necessarily have to go down, it could go up, right? Flip these inequality signs, and then the red line overtakes the black line. Okay? It's not just a one-way street down, it could go up also. Okay? Questions? Now, part of what this gets used for is the notes I accidentally passed out to you guys earlier, 1.8. Okay? On Tuesday, we're going to start 1.8. Those questions are way more complicated than this. Okay? And it's not because it's anything you guys don't know how to do. It's taking a lot of different parts and putting them into one problem. Okay? So it's making sure it's the sum of a bunch of different parts. So you have to make sure that you know each individual part, which means this stuff flipping inequality signs, which way you shade, that sort of stuff. Okay? It's a good lesson for a Tuesday.
Too bad it's Friday.
Too bad it's Friday. Everybody good?
Thank God.
Oh, I didn't change the slides yet. There we go. You got a worksheet for homework, all right?
Yep.